Hi and welcome to Fly Fish Fly Tying. Today I want to show you how to tie this ugly Mysis pattern. So we use this a lot for Seatrout fishing in Baltic Sea, but I guess it's also a pretty good freshwater pattern if you want to try it. So here you see the material list, and you will find the material list at the end of the video too. So for all new subscribers on this channel and all the likes and comments from the last videos, thank you so much being active part of this channel. I'm really appreciating this. For everybody who's new on this channel, hey, leave a subscription or like or comment, so it's very welcome. So now let's see how we tie this little ugly Mysis pattern. It's a pattern I have stolen from a friend of mine and, tied it. So yeah, do a ground winding with your thread, and then you want to have some bead chain eyes tied into. So, and I wrap the thread once around. You see I'm struggling a little. This is due to the video setup and the lights I have put there. So particularly if you put one or two wraps around it, you can easily put it in place where you want to have it and then secure it, and do some cross windings. You see me doing like, this is one direction, go a little above and behind the ice, and then do these little security windings. And then you put some super glue on it, on your thread, and you further firm the ice or tie the ice into your fly on the hook shank. Yeah, so you see these eyes on the bottom of the hook. So this technically, I think it helps the fly to be very stable in the water and not, turn around, etc. Okay, then you do your turns back to technically the point of the hook tip, and you take a grizzly hackle and you take some fibers. So you want to have like 2-3 centimeter fibers, and you tie them in technically around the hook shank size from tip of the hook to the eye of the hook. And less is more here, guys, so you can put a little more or a little less. So I like, really, this is careful in terms of the amount of material tied fly. So anyway, it's a lot of material. So then you do 2 crystal flash fiber or 1 crystal flash fiber in the tail. And what I do now is that I put 2, 3, 4 wraps, I think here 3, below the tied material. So this helps to pretend the tail to tail in the hook shank, in the bow of the hook. You tie in some monofilament. That's for securing your tied material later, because honestly these predators have sharp teeth, or at least very tip teeth, and you want to make sure that this does not destroy the fly. If you caught 1 or 2 sea trouts, that you still can catch a little more. So at one point normally you destroy every fly if you catch fish on it, but that's something you guys know, I'm sure. You're not tying flies, you're maybe fishing more than I. So okay, after you have now tied in a grizzly hackle with technically fibers which should be like hook shank to hook tip, a little, like maybe 1.5 times the size or a little less, and then you take some peacock fibers, and it's important that you take the polar fiber if you have that in medium, because this is a size 10 hook. So if you do the large ones, I think it does not give a very nice view. For sure you can cut the large fibers. So yeah, I tie the peacock a little behind the so towards the tip of the hook, behind the eyes. So now I take my hackle pliers, and yeah, you see me going a little fancy. So I like these CNF hackle pliers really, because they're a little flexible. So technically it pretty rarely happens that material breaks. And I also like the ring for tying. So it's it's a good investment. So if you want to invest in good material, good fly tying material, so definitely the tools are important, and this is, in my opinion, one of the best tools developed on the market. But, you know, I buy everything myself. It's not advertisement. I don't get anything if you buy them. But I really have to say this is a very nice product. Yeah, so now I give it the windings towards the eye of the hook. So I struggle a little to tie it in with the lamps. I have a new setup. I think I will change to the old one. Yep. So, and then you give it one turn and another over the eyes. So, and then I give it 2 more turns, 1 and 2, and then I tie the rest of the material in. So to secure it, cut it off, and then we do the same with a hackle. And as always, feel free. You know, this is not, I don't think this catches because it exactly looks like this. It's more the pattern, the way it moves in the water, and then yeah, the color is something. Size, I think, is important, so you can tie these in 1 or 2 different sizes. So technically, I have used this fly mainly early of the year, like January, February, when the water is cold and the fishes are, you know, a little lazy on hunting. And so this, yeah, that's why I say it imitates Mysis. I don't know if it's Mysis imitation or whatever. I just think it's a good general pattern for cold water, because you technically can strip it in pretty slow and it does not sink too fast, even with the bead chain ice. Okay, so and now you take your peacock and you want to make sure that you pull the fibers left and right of the hook shank and little backwards. You tie this in firmly, and you see the fine fibers this feather strings have. Make a little uneasy to clean if you cut them off, and you will see it here. So anyway, you know, this does not matter. That's why the fly is called the ugly one. You can pull them back and tie them in. That gives a little better picture, but you know, I'm not that much concerned here. So now you do a couple of windings over everything you tied in. So this helps if the hackle stem breaks, that everything stays in place. So that's why I do this, to give it a ribbing with some monofilament, and it's like a diameter like 0.12 or something like that. So secure everything in, tie it in, cut it off, and we are done, and we will whip finish the fly. I'm happy if I earned your subscription, your comment, your like. So you whip finish the fly now, then you give it a little varnish over the head knot, so just to secure the head knot against the teeth too, and you know, make a little more durable fly. Yes, as said, you will find material list at the end. Thank you for watching. Thanks if you interact with me. If you send comments, I normally answer. If you have questions, please ask. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Thank you. Bye.